When you hear the sound of the bell, you know you in the championship rounds with King Amin of Essex, and I got my guy here. This is my good fella. You've heard me use that reference, man, because we was out in Tampa getting busy one Border Wars weekend, man. This is my guy, Lidz Low, also known as the Fans Corner on Instagram. Please go and check him out. But brother, give people a little insight and some other information about you, your Twitter, and all your contacts.
Yeah, again, the Fans Corner, DAFANSCORNER. It's simple, I'm for the people, man. Shout out to the boxers, shout out to everybody who got to do with boxing. But a lot of times people say what the fans feel, but I don't even really know if they, pay attention to the fans like that. They kind of try to tell us what we feel. So yeah, I'm kind of on that tip, man. So my page is loaded full of stuff that just, showing upcoming fights, shout outs to people who making it, people who just signing new deals. I always tell them, give them hell on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Come in the game, setting the blaze, man.
Hey, shout out that Georgia boy too, though, because my people's down there right now. We got peoples in common. I talked to you off the air, but what is it? Hot Rod, Maybach.
Yeah, he on Broner undercard.
Okay, tell the folks a little bit about that. We're gonna talk about that Broner thing, but tell little folks about peoples and them.
Yeah, man, Hot Rod, man, down in Atlanta, man. I done been to a couple of his fights, more than a couple. I done been to some fights down here in Atlanta. He be right here, not too far from me, off Glenwood. I've been down to when he was in Metropolitan, I think, somewhere. Like, so I followed the cat, man. I followed a couple of people here in Atlanta. You got him, you got Mac Truck. You know what I mean? He do his thing heavyweight. Yeah, good squad. You got the Michael. Forgive me on this last name. The Michael. Goddamn, it's on the tip of my tongue. But man, we got some dudes down here, man. I'm gonna start getting to these cards, and I do. When you see on my Instagram page, if I'm at these fights, I always post like this person about to start, or they just ended this round, or second fight about to start. This person won. You know what I mean? I try to keep it like winners in in the eye of the people.
We know you definitely keep boots on the ground, and I don't want to. While we in the red clay, I don't want to mislabel it. But Haven Brady, is he from Atlanta or is he just from Georgia?
Haven Brady, where is he from?
Haven Brady Jr.
Well, if you're not from Atlanta, if you're from Georgia, people say you're from Atlanta. But when you come to Atlanta, just like any other city, once you get into the city, then it's like, your certain areas. So I'm not familiar about where exactly he's from.
But he repping certainly for the whole.
Yeah, but if he's from Atlanta, we're going to rep Atlanta. We don't be tripping on that shit like that, man. Georgia all day.
And that's
Brian Norman.
Brian Norman. And we know that's, you know what I mean? And both of these guys just fought this weekend. That's why I wanted to bring them up as well. You know what I mean? We talk about the red clay. It's different down there. So we want to get them guys they love. And that's your base. You know what I mean? So we want to make sure people know you got boots on the ground and you are touching them out there, getting the fans and giving the fans perspective, which is why I got you here. And we're running under the theme of impressions versus impersonations. And that's sometimes that can be a lot to say. Impressions versus impersonations. Easy to get those two words confused, right?
Right.
And what we're going to talk about is, I think, it's been speculated. I'm not sure it's been announced yet, but Anthony Joshua versus Jermaine Franklin. Now, those that might know, Jermaine Franklin may have made an impression against Dillian White. Now he may have, Anthony Joshua. He's getting two big heavyweight names back to back. What do you think about that fight in particular, and just Jermaine Franklin, building towards these opportunities?
Oh man, I watched some. I'm not a big heavyweight person. You know what I'm saying? But I do watch them. I'm gonna keep it 100 because it's boxing. Like I said, if it come on, I'm watching it. But I watched Jermaine, and I find him to be a big guy. It's technical, right? He got good left, right. He coming straight at you. He moving. And AJ, the fight gonna be good. Let me just say that automatic. It's gonna be good. AJ doing the trainer switches. You know what I'm saying?
And what you think about that, Derrick James? What you think about that?
I mean, you can't go wrong with Derrick James. Just keep it 100. I mean, look what the man has done. Obviously, you cannot go wrong with Derrick James, but Derrick James is not the problem. You feel me? It's AJ, is he gonna be able to do, just like they say, get out your comfort zone, man. If you get out your comfort zone, but if he really come down to Houston, Texas, and be with Derrick James, he should be good for this fight. But will he win straight out? I don't know. Because Jermaine, I'm pretty sure, coming off that loss, but going the whole 12 with White, I'm sure he feeling bad, but he feeling good. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you went 12.
And look, this may be a consolation because remember, AJ was ringside for this one. They talking about, the White fight being set up. So again, they kind of overlooking it. I've been running to this theme. They might bring you in as an opponent. It's an opportunity. And maybe he didn't take advantage of the opportunity so much or however it didn't work out the first time against Dillian White. But maybe in some ways, because a lot of people thought it should have been a draw or at the very least, for Franklin, right? So maybe this is a consolation. Maybe he did make a good impression that first time around, or is this kind of an impersonation, right? And I'm trying to keep it stateside. Is this an impersonation for not the type of fighter, but for a stateside fighter in, Deontay Wilder in the long run? What do you think?
Was that fight over here or over there?
That was over there.
White. See what I'm saying? So now he got I know I'm pretty sure you'll be on the road before, but you done been over there on a bigger plat stage, right?
Absolutely. He's from Saginaw, Michigan. He done made it all the way from Saginaw to London. You get on a big car.
Exactly. So it's funny. He going over there now. Anthony over here. So the fight taking place over here.
I believe.
Yes. Man. So I see this going 12. I see this going 12. You know why? Because after Joshua with this Usyk fight, you know what I'm saying? You give other people a chance to get a good little eye on you, and then it's another technical type fight also. So AJ, man, it's gonna be. I'm interested because you got to, then he's first time with Derrick James, so we got to see how they go. But by him, didn't he have Robert Garcia just last, right?
Yeah, which I don't know why he went with Garcia in the first place. He should have been in Texas at the very least, because I thought he should have picked Ronnie James. If not Ronnie, Derrick, was obviously the next best choice, among some other, guys. But
you talking about Ronnie Shields?
Yeah,
Ronnie Shields. Yeah. So I don't know, man. We'll see, man. I think Jermaine gonna show up though. I believe it's AJ. You gotta think about it,
Yeah, and that's why I said, man, is this an impersonation? Is this an impersonation of AJ too? Is AJ done? Is Jermaine Franklin going to put that pressure on him and use that slickness and come in there and say, I will not, Jay-Z, remember, I will not lose? Will he come in there like that because he I'm not shit in the bed?
Right. I think it will be more on AJ because you're coming out 2 back-to-back losses. I don't know how you feeling. Hopefully training camp going good, but only Derrick James and him would know that. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but I see the fight going 12. I can tell you that.
Well, let's talk about a fight. Let's see if you see this one going 12, because we're talking about, and I know you like this division. You said, I know you're a fan of the sport all around, but you might prefer the welterweight division. We heard we got a replacement for Adrian Broner. Now, we all wish Adrian Broner great success. We all root for the underdog in all sorts of kind of ways. We also take our shots at him out of humor for entertainment. But Ivan Redkach is out. Hank Lundy's in. What do you think, man?
I think Ivan's situation messed up. I don't know all the details, but from what I've heard, and I don't want to put it out there now, but hey man, boxing. Once again, boy, it can rear its ugly head. It's such a beautiful sport, but an ugly motherfucker too, bro. You hear me?
Yeah.
But I wish, hey Ivan, I wish you the best, bro. I hope you know the best in your situation. But for Hank Lundy, because I was interested in the fight, and forgive me on the guy, the guy he's fighting. I remember I saw the little interview between him on the Boxing Voice.
Shenard Bunch.
Huh?
That fight, the one Shenard Bunch?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was some good work at the little, on virtual. So I'm like,
look,
okay,
hold
good
up.
fight.
Just to add to that, the actual fight, they both scored knockdowns. Shenard Bunch scored a knockdown early in the fight. Kind of, I don't want to say it was cruising or loafing or anything, and then Lundy had a knockdown towards the end, and I think in the 7th round. And I mean, it was a very exciting, entertaining fight. So right along these two fighters, Broner and Lundy, this is the perfect match for me. Impressions versus impersonations.
And you also got them in this area in their boxing career, right? You got Broner. We want him back to get back to just at least letting your hands go, brother. You know what I mean? Like just, get out of your snap out of whatever it is. Hopefully you get this chance. BLK, shout out to BLK Prime. Giving that man that opportunity. But Hank, like, what? This is a whole nother opportunity.
And something that Hank Lundy again. Hank Lundy has been making long-lasting impressions. Meanwhile, Adrian Broner started off impersonating Mayweather. Then he started impersonating Adrian Broner. Now I don't really even recognize this guy who he is right now. So I think this is the perfect blend, the perfect conflict. You have the impersonator and you have the master impressions. I like this fight.
And it's hunger. It got to be hunger for Broner, man. It got to be. And Hank ain't finna lay down. He gonna talk his shit and he gonna ride. Imagine the little press with that. Between them two getting at it, talking that shit.
Explosive, right?
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I really hope AB, man. I hope everything be kosher with the weight. You know what I'm saying? I hope he do all right, make it in and get this fight going, bro. Cause you got a lot of people still room for, even though there's a lot of them on the fence now, and they ready to jump to the other side. Like, fuck it, I'm through. I even been to that point, one time with Broner. I was just sick of the antics. Right. I'm like, my guy, when you see somebody so good at what they do, but they bullshit, and you like, bro, why? You got it.
Those impersonations. And talk about hopping the fence. I done ripped my jeans hopping the fence on this guy because I was with him, and then I see it's like a dog was coming on the other side of that motherfucker. I just jumped like boom, right? and meanwhile, Hank Lundy, I think, is so flexible. Even if Broner's not on, it would only reflect poorly on Broner should he say, man, I need this at 152, man. What are you, Canelo now? Like, come on. Like, I'm just saying. Lundy is a consummate professional, and this is what has earned him this opportunity time and time again. He is a guy that defines this whole thing of, bring me in as an opponent, and I'm making an opportunity. And here he is again, got the bag over at Black Prime. You know what I'm saying? Whether Top Rank needs it, whether Boxer needs it. He was over in the UK not too long ago. This guy will always take an opportunity, no matter how many times you try to bring him as an opponent. And I don't think Broner respects that position yet, which is why he hasn't had the success. If he had enough respect for that position where he's at, maybe he wouldn't mind. Maybe being brought in as an opponent would make him hungrier, but he can't stomach that yet.
Yeah, because Hank do that. He take it and give it to him. He gonna ball it up. Like, let's go. Throw a punch right at you.
Well, speaking of a guy, we're going to move up in divisions, not too close to heavyweight, but right up underneath. Technically not, because cruiser, but light heavyweight division. I'm talking about Better Beef and Bivol. And I'm talking about this one in weeks in advance because I want to make sure, people don't have a very good impression of Anthony Yarde, and I'm surprised. And what I'm hearing is consensus is people are saying that he's limited in his trainers, in his camp, and he doesn't have this and he doesn't. And I respect that opinion. I respect it wholeheartedly. But there's a part of me that says the experience of being in there with Kovalev at that stage, the resiliency to build himself back, is something different that you might not be able to measure if you watch the man during press day workouts and media day workouts. So I'm asking you, is he being overlooked? Because we already talking about, go ahead.
Beaver. Yeah, of course he being overlooked. You know how it go, man, when we think we know who the best two in the sport. or in that class, should I say. We don't care about the 2s and the 3s. We like just shoot them straight to the pyramid. But hey, after y'all got a right to feel the way he want to feel, like, hey man, hold on, bro. If y'all think y'all just, and that's any boxer, you should feel like that. Don't look over me, bro. You gotta still win this fight to get the way you trying to go. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I like the fact that he ain't showing no kind of, that he not ready. He don't want the fight. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He seemed like he ready, man, and that's all I can ever ask for in the box. When somebody come knocking at your door, you open the motherfucker. Like, what's happening?
And look, I usually don't talk that A-side slut talk with the business, but just money-wise, if I was Yard and they would have came to me and been like, listen, step aside, and we want this unification bout to happen, and then you fight the winner of the unification. I would have been like, man, give me half the ticket. No matter, you can only give me half the ticket if you're going to pay the taxes, but if you're going to make me pay the taxes, you got to give me $1 million. You know what I'm saying? So I'd have been like, give me that, and I'll step aside. And you can think I'm scared if you want, but I'd be like 50 Cent in that drop-top Ferrari Spider talking about niggas a window shopper, you dig?
I ain't nothing wrong with step aside when it comes to something of that magnitude. You know what I mean? Like, sure. Come on, it's like undisputed, right?
Yeah. Like,
so it's like, what's bigger than that? I can take a payday, keep a good training going, get a whole nother training camp, and come back and get you for all the titles and a bigger payday. So, look, and that's the funny thing about when you're a fan. I just said earlier, I was talking to my brother because he would listen to a show and shit. And I said, sometimes it wish you stuck as a casual before you learn the business part. Because once you learn the business part, then you like, fuck boxing. You know what I mean? It's like, but I get that. That's why I never trip on nobody money, what they say they worth, not whatever. That's not my place. You know what I mean? So absolutely. Shout out to him. He want to take this fight. And that's even more, you know what I mean? Like, how can you not respect that, bro? Like, it's better be. You know what's coming with that.
Absolutely. You're only going that one way.
But it's like it's not like he can't be beat either. That's the mind frame you gotta have. Yeah, he a bad motherfucker. Canelo was a bad motherfucker. But somebody beat him.
Mm-hmm. Bevo. And that's why we got to give these fighters that love. And I always give that respect because, you know what I'm saying? It takes that level of courage, man. And even more so than the fellas, the women, I think so too, because even though this is early talks, early speculation, we've heard about this. And me and you, we've been on women's boxing early.
Yes, sir.
There's been talks, perhaps we can get Clarissa Shields versus Natasha Jonas in April at 154. Now we're talking the undisputed and the unified champ. Women always seem to make the fights that matter. Every fight seemed to be an undisputed or unification damn near. What do you think about that one in particular?
Man, Natasha, man, she got good hands, good feet movement.
Southpaw.
She'll bang with you. Southpaw, she'll bang with you. And if you throw lazy punches, she'll make you pay for them. Like, she got a good right hook and a left 3. Man, I like Natasha work, bro. She really work. And she, like I said, she won't back down. You can box it out, you can brawl it out, but she gonna throw punches. And like I say, don't throw a lazy punch. I guarantee you throw a lazy punch, something coming behind it as you bring that hand back. You know what I mean? And it's Clarissa Shields. What can you say, man? I got them woke, man. But that fight, that's gonna be a good one. That may even go to all 12. You know what I mean? Because Natasha ain't no quitter. And speaking of, like you said, the women wanting box, we get the fights in the women division. You know what's funny? And it just dawned on me while we was talking. If the women division don't do as big as men, then how come it's still a problem to get the fights we want with the men? But I'm just gonna leave that there and we're gonna continue to fight, right?
Somebody answer that. Somebody with a big name, answer that. Because it's just a question. And that's why I say, man, anybody old enough to remember on Big Pun on his album, man, he says sometimes you got to send a woman do a man's job. And he introduced us to Remy Ma on his album. So, legendary. And these women's are becoming legends overnight. I'm loving that.
And each year is just getting better, bro. And they don't say no. Like, you don't even hear nobody saying no in the women division. Somebody calls somebody out, they answer back like, let's get it. Shit. Later on in the year, the fight happened.
And so here we are. We stumbling right into it. You walked me right into it. This is why that sparring is good. Walked me to a nice move I can use. Women's Boxing Wednesday. I'm talking today about Terry Harper. All right. Terry the Belter Harper. All right. Now, her only loss, and this is how finally cut the women's boxing division. She had a draw against Natasha Jonas. That match they were talking about, you know, running that one back. I guess they took that off the table and they're talking about Clarissa Shields and Jonas. But her lone loss, is to Alicia Bumgarner by stoppage. Oh yeah, you guys know who Alicia Bumgarner is, right? And then she came back. This is Terry Harper, that is. After that loss, she came back and won a belt, a vacant title against Hannah Rankin.
Yeah.
So she's a two-time, two-division champion right now.
Correct.
In the game. And this is women's boxing, 13-1 out here.
That was Terry Harper, 13-1?
That's Terry Harper. You know what I'm
saying?
She's
a dog, though. Terry a dog, man. I'm surprised she's 13-1, though. I thought she had more fights than that.
Because her activity, when we saw her, it seemed like we've seen her every damn pay-per-view, every UK fight. She was on everything, you know?
Terry Harper, you hear the name. Okay. So she, okay. So could she be getting the winner
of Jonas and Shields potentially? You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's why she got that vacant title. That's why she got that vacant title.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Terry. See that exactly. That's what you do. You keep moving. You like, I bet y'all gonna get her. Let me go over here right quick and do this, and I make sure I spin the block and come back. You know what I mean?
Yo,
good work, Terry. Good work, man.
Yo, and I love, you know, I don't want to be biased. I love the way UK boxing, you know, women's boxing specifically, you know what I'm saying? They really moved them girls along. You even got the Aussie girls sliding over to the UK to get more exposure. Right. And I just hope and I wish that, you know, on the stateside it's bubbling. You know what I'm saying? We got some good Mexican sisters that's on the rise. You know, I think things are going to pick up for us over here too, you know?
Shout out to Fun Doer, Gabriella.
Of course. Who's that? That's Sebastian's sister, right?
Yes,
but
sir.
A pro fighter, very good in her own right. And we're gonna keep mentioning all these fighters' names because you know, we'd like to see her ascending. And funny you bring her up is because we want stateside. I want to see stateside women's fighters move as expeditiously, shout out to T.I., as they do the female fighters in the UK. You know, we're just not doing that. You know, we need to move them a little bit, you know?
Right on. Look, I think Bob coming around to the idea.
Well, Bob definitely has an old frame of mind. So, you know, for him to even be open to it, you know, we're gonna see where the Bob father's at, man. And speaking of the Bob father, we got some action this weekend. I don't think he's putting anything on, but we do have one of his contemporaries in action, but we'll get to him a little later down the line. One guy I got to shout out that's fighting this weekend. This fight is out in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Light heavyweight division action, Atif Oberton. This is Laura Pretty Calvo out of Philadelphia. Had an amazing interview with this gentleman. He also was over on the motherland, over on the Boxing Voice. He's been making a lot of media rounds. And 7-0, man. This guy is poised for greatness. And I'm excited to see him put in that work. He's in an 8-rounder, I believe. So that's going to be, and it's a whole stacked card out of Bethlehem. And this is on Showtime. This is on Showtime Showbox. So this is great exposure, you know?
And it's actually in, what city is it in?
Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. So this is, you know, local to New York City.
Are these some surrounding fighters? They bringing out some new fighters? I know Overton, I know him, but he been a little MIA, no?
Well, he was on some of the PBC undercards. They had him on one out in Minnesota not too long ago. And this is like one of his first ones that are you know, roundabout home. Yeah, and it is a lot of Philly fighters on this card, but well, Philadelphia area fighters, I believe. You know, East Coast. Let me just say that.
Right.
You know, Yeah. But you know, this is a good one. If the location is good, it should bring out some of the Midwest, some fighters out, the Mid-South as it will, West Virginians and Kentuckys, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
mix it all in, yeah.
Yo, and also on that card, it's what I'm saying. You got Otto Wallin. Got some heavyweight Otto Wallin who was in there with Tyson Fury. So, it's a little international flair out in Bethlehem. I don't know. I think he's in it to be announced.
Oh, it to be okay.
Yeah, so I don't even know when the last time he was in the ring. So this could just be like a little comeback for him to shake off some ring rust,
I know he had a fight after Fury. Can't remember who it was.
Yeah, but talking like almost 2 years,
Yeah, I know you're right. That's what I said. One fight that I can remember.
He's had some months of inactivity, man. But Saturday, right? Talk about inactivity, and maybe to no fault of his own, Chris Eubank Jr. makes his return. He's in there against one of the Williams boys, Liam Williams.
Liam, yeah. Man, if I were Chris Eubank, I would take that frustration he had with who that was,
Conor Ben.
Conor Ben, bro, use that for Liam, man, because I don't know, I know he's still with I should say Floyd. I know he's still with Roy, right? Still with Roy.
Yep.
Yeah. So he should have a lot of energy. And if I were him, I'd attack Liam quite early. Just going in. Liam is durable, and he gonna try to last the whole match. And if I was Eubank, just stick him, throw your shots, get him out of there if you can, man.
Yeah.
He like a little Terminator in a sense. And when he get close, he gonna fight back with you. So Liam, good guy though. He ain't no pushover, he ain't no walk down. So he gonna have to come to fight. And being that he was supposed to have a fight, and you know how they go, and you have to sit back, and hopefully he didn't dial down, too much. Kept that red. If I know Roy, he probably kept him going, which would be good. Because he gonna need it for Liam, because he's a 12-rounder for sure.
Absolutely. That boy is tough as mutton, man. And ain't gonna be.
And that's what I like about them. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to always be flash. You know what I'm saying? You just have to be a good boxer. Whether you're a banger, you technical, you like to move around. You know what I'm saying? As long as you just willing to do your best, man. Just get in there and make it a fight. You know what I'm saying? Make it a fight. And he gonna bring it.
And Williams is stepping up. He's taking this fight at 160. You know what I'm saying? So, he's, solid move.
First fight at one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, shit.
He picked a good one in. All right. I ain't mad at him. See, that's what I'm saying. I ain't mad at him.
I guess part of him figured, Chris might have had some issues around the 157. He's like, I don't care one way or the other. I'm not going to drag him down to 54. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I get him. So, like you said, so it's a fair fight. So I can see where he's at, and I can see where I'm at. And I respect that definitely about Liam Williams. So definitely salute to him, man.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one now. You said Saturday, right?
Saturday.
Showtime?
Boxer.
Oh, boxer.
Yeah. Now, last but not least, I'm just bringing this up because I mentioned, we mentioned Bob Arum, but this is like a two-headed snake when you talk about these two guys. You know what I'm saying? On some like Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor shit. You don't want to get caught with these two jokers. These some funny motherfuckers. Now, Bob Arum, we know, is one of them. That's the Gene Wilder. But the Richard Pryor crew, Don King, all right? Don King got to fight this weekend, champ.
Yeah.
Jermaine Franklin.
Don King still making moves. It's kind of like on the low. But you hear him. He here. He there. You like, what the hell Don King moving? So, shout out to Don King.
Man, listen. It's hard
for me. Did you say Stavern?
Yeah, versus a heavyweight that Don King had around. He been moving him around. It's a guy out of Louisiana, Justin Goudry.
Justin Gucci. Okay.
Yeah, you've seen him a couple times. Matter of fact, he was on that card with Daniel Bryan card against Trevor Bryan. Excuse me.
Did he fight Trevor Bryan?
I'm not because Daniel Dubois fought Trevor Bryan. But Goudry was on that card.
Okay.
he gives a couple appearances on, here and there. I think he was on the top ranked card as well against one of their heavyweight prospects. So
okay.
But
I look his picture up. The name sound familiar. I look his picture up when I get a chance.
Yeah, well, Donnie's still out here, man. I guess it's like, if you really, really, if he really can, get you an opportunity, get you a good fight, and it makes sense, then why turn it down? I guess it's just a built-in skepticism. His reputation definitely,
of course, the building process, as they say. So Stavern, though, Stavern, Stavern been in there with a couple of people. You know what? I know where I know that name from. Get you. He beat man, he beat Matt Truck, man.
Yes, he did.
I knew that damn name. Did I go to that fight? I knew that fucking name. Yeah, he beat my boy Matt Truck. Damn sure did. Motherfucker. Shout out to him, bro. Mac ain't no pushover, so shout out to him, man. Yeah, hey. Justin Gates. Yeah. You say you from where now?
Louisiana.
Louisiana. Okay. All right. Shout out to you, champ. Shout out.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So we got some
Stavern. Hey, Stavern, don't sleep on him, bro. Hey, matter of fact, don't walk out the ring neither. You know what I
mean? Pull a Curtis Harper.
Huh?
I said, don't pull a Curtis Harper, right?
Oh, correct. Please. Nah, but Stavern, he pretty yeah, that's gonna be a good little matchup. Yeah, man. See, now that I know he beat Mac, man, he durable, bro. Yeah, watch out for that guy.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. A little sneaky little action mixed in there. Don King popped up with something, right?
But see, that's what I'm saying. I watch box. See, now I'm looking forward to that one, actually. See what I'm saying? I mean, I didn't know about. Yeah, I didn't know about that fight, man. Appreciate you for that, because yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch that one if I can find it. What what that's gonna be on?
Nah, but it might be on Fight TV or some pay-per-view. I usually Don King joints usually I catch him on Fight TV usually.
Gotcha. Fight TV. Okay, cool, man. All right, yeah, nice little weekend in.
Yeah, man. See, this is what we do. So we got some action on Friday. We got something on Saturday. You got your football on Sunday. We keep each other sharp, man. And so, give the people your socials one more time before we get up out of here.
All right, it's the Fans Corner, aka Lidz Low. DAFANSCORNER. I'm on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram.
All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, you already know we out here making impressions, okay? We ain't doing no impersonations. We here in the championship rounds, ladies and gentlemen. Thank my good brother for joining me. Drop us a comment, a like, and all that good stuff. And I'm working with some new equipment, so you're going to see some changes around here. I'm trying to evolve. I'm trying to grow, so you guys are going to grow with me, and we're going to show up and show out for this thing of ours, man. Each and every one of you, thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all guys soon. We up out of here.
Salute. Peace.